Question regarding Dakwah. Not Dakwah,
regarding Dawa.
yeah, not within Islam, but from non-believers to Islam. And when you read a lot of literatures, you find that Islam is the highest growing religion in the world, especially in Europe and America. But then I'm a Malaysian. My name is Said Azman, sorry. But when I look at Malaysia, I'm very curious because when you consider, we are the majority Muslim country, religion is enshrined in the constitution, all the institutions with a lot of budgets. I still find that, the Dakwah towards the Chinese or Indian, which has been with us for many, many years, has not been doing very well. I mean, the ones that you see typically are intermarriages, and that is driven by love. But as far as the normal communication, there's a lot of distrust and misconception, and there's a lot of factors. I mean, when I look at it, it could be we show bad examples, or our da'i or the ustads are not focusing. So there's many factors. So I guess the question is, you being in Malaysia for some time, and with your experience worldwide, what, in your opinion, is the issues that is preventing this da'wah to flourish in Malaysia?
The brother asked a very important question, a very relevant question. He says that Islam is the fastest growing religion, and I agree with him. You see in the Western world, Europe, America, Islam is spreading. But Malaysia, being a majority Muslim country, 63% of the population of Malaysia are Muslims, and it's enshrined in the constitution that Islam is a federal religion. What he said is right. But why in Malaysia people are not so much able to influence the non-Muslims, whether it be Chinese or the other people, to Islam? Very few people just by intermarriage or by interreligious marriage. And I agree with him. So the question is for you, brother. Brother, you're a Malaysian. I would like to ask you why you're not giving dawah to the Chinese. I'm not a Malaysian. I'm coming to Malaysia since 1996. My first trip to Malaysia was 1996. So the question will be to you, not to me. Allah will ask you that you are a Malaysian. Why didn't you do? You're asking me. So because you're not doing, I had to come all the way from Bombay to do your job. If I don't do dawah in Malaysia, Allah will not question me, Allah will question you. But according to me, I feel Malaysia is one of the best. I'm sorry, I may 2 or 3 minutes. I'll finish the answer.
I'm okay. Inshallah.
Not one, just a couple
Just
of
1
minutes.
minute.
Malaysia, according to me, is one of the best Muslim countries to live in the world for a Muslim. There are various factors, time will not permit me. I've traveled in various countries in the world. Malaysia is one of the best countries. It has negative points. There are negative points, I'm not saying no, but the best amongst all the Muslim countries. Number one, most of the Muslim countries, they are controlled by non-Muslim countries. Most of them. You name it, most of them. There are very few countries in the world, out of the 57 Muslim majority countries, that are not controlled by non-Muslim. One of them is Malaysia. Number two, Malaysia is not in the war zone. The war zone in the Middle East, all the war going on in Yemen, Syria, Palestine, away from the main war zone. Number three, that Islam is a federal religion. Number four, Islam is a vote bank here. Amongst the democratic country, Muslim democratic country, there are very few countries where Islam is a vote bank. In Malaysia it is. So if the Muslims, the next reason, that on average, if you consider amongst the non-Arab countries, the Malaysian Muslim is average Malaysian Muslim is a better practicing Muslim than an average Indian Muslim or an average Pakistani Muslim or an average Bangladeshi Muslim. This is my observation. On average. Some may be better, some may be lower. On average. You find that the average, the number of percentage of Muslims that pray 5 times Salah is much more in Malaysia than in India or Pakistan or Bangladesh. So the deen awareness is there. I agree. MashaAllah. Therefore, I chose, when I did Hijrah from India, I had options of many countries, I chose Malaysia. In Malaysia, the Islamic activity, for example, the Islamic banking is far superior than any part of the world. There is takaful, Islamic insurance. When you pay your tax, you can use your zakat money to pay your individual tax. And the list is long, the time is clicking. So, in this concept, I agree Malaysia is the best country according to me. Except the Harmain. And Putrajaya, where I stay, is one of the best places in Malaysia. It has more than 90% Muslims, beautiful city, clean city, mashallah, with a lot of advantages. But I agree with you. The factor which is missing, which is where it gets less marks, is that as far as doing dawah, Yes, one thing good in Malaysia, that by constitution, in most parts of Malaysia, a non-Muslim cannot do dawah to a Muslim. That's very good. But a Muslim can do dawah to a non-Muslim. Alhamdulillah. So the constitution is good, but you are not taking advantage of it. So Allah will question you, that you being a Malaysian, you are a practicing Muslim, alhamdulillah. Good in salah, good in fasting, good in zakat, but your dawah part is not zero. You know, maximum number of students that I had in my dawah training program is from Malaysia. When we had 20 students, 2 from Singapore, 1 from Japan, 1 from Holland, 1 from UK, we had 6 from Malaysia. 6. In the first dawah training program, 5 out of 20. Second dawah training program, 6 out of 20. So there is dawah being done. It is not zero. It should increase. And the best way is, you have to be good examples to your Chinese brothers and sisters. You have to be a good example to your Hindu brothers and sisters. If you are a good example, they love you. In India, the Hindus love me. The Hindus love me so much that the government didn't like it, I had to do hijrah. But the Hindus love me. Even today, even the Hindus of Malaysia love me. Even the Hindus of Malaysia as a whole. Some may not. But the majority love me. They want to click photograph with me. Why would a Hindu like to click photograph? Dr. Zakir, we see on the YouTube, oh, you have taught us Hinduism, which we did not know for years. So the way you behave with a non-Muslim, with hikmah, with love, with care, you have to be a good example. So it is your job that you're a good practicing Muslim, but you should even do dawah, be a good example to your Christians and Chinese. You have to love them. And at the same time, invite them to tawheed with hikmah. If you do it with hikmah, you'll get results. Dawah is being done here. I'm not saying it is zero, but it should increase. And I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, inshallah, the percentage of Muslims in Malaysia from 63 will become much higher, inshallah.